Continuation of the 1970s breakdown, and I'm about to delve even deeper right quick on y'all. I'm gonna take y'all there. I'm down a deep trip right quick because what I'm gonna be talking about now in Revelation 17:10 through 11, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is, and the other not yet come. And when he cometh, he continue a short space. And the beast that was is not, and even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition. Now, what I want to talk about is the whole thing when you understand the beast who once was and now is not and is an eighth king. When you understand this whole thing, notice how through Obama cometh Biden. You remember Biden was Obama's vice president. Now I want to take it all the way back to 1976 when Jimmy Carter was first elected. Now, what I want to talk about, remember, Obama is obviously from Hawaii. Notice why in 1976 Jimmy Carter won in Hawaii. You feel where I'm going with this? And his home state is Georgia. And I'm gonna delve deep into this because where did Joe Biden have to? Remember, he had to win. You remember Biden and Trump. Remember, he won Georgia. You remember whoever won the state of Georgia won the election. Remember that. Now I'm gonna delve deep into this because when you understand the whole thing as it's written anyway, you see you have between Jimmy Carter. Now I'm gonna delve into what the name Jimmy mean right quick. When you understand the name Jimmy, you already know like Jimmy means aspect of like the aspect of like you know how you use like you Jimmy to like a crook aspect like to burglary and things of that nature like the Jimmy. When you understand that as it's written anyway, the Messiah comes as a thief in the night. You get what I'm saying? And when you understand that, when you pay attention to that, hence his name is Jimmy Carter. Now, when you know about the name Carter, the Carter anyway is what? Nothing but the car, like the aspect of like incarnating into human flesh. You know how the Messiah, as it's written, the word becomes flesh. Now, when you understand that, that's why you got songs. I'm gonna do a deep breakdown on this. But that's why you have like Pooh Shiesty Neighbors. You remember the girl he was seducing? Her name was Cara. I think this song right here is from Fantasia, if I'm not mistaken. It got Cara in it, and all the Cara represent is nothing but the whole aspect of the Messiah, the Cara name. You feel what I'm saying? It's like an ancient name of the Messiah. You feel where I'm going with this? And I'm actually gonna mention that right quick, going a little further right quick. In 1976, you had the Chevy Caprice, and that was the last vehicle that had that was pillarless. And you already know as it's written anyway, the Messiah is what? The Messiah is the pillar, the top stone, the capstone in Psalms 118:22. That's why the all-seeing eye don't have the pillar. You feel what I'm saying? But notice 1976 was the last pillarless vehicle for Chevy, the Caprice. And when you pay attention to that, you know the pillar around the window, rear view mirrors is what? It's like the frame. And as it's written in Psalms 139:15, my frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. You feel what I'm saying? And let's delve deep into this, man, because hint the whole aspect of the car aspect. But I'm gonna take it back right quick. Notice between Jimmy and Ronald Ray, and between Jimmy, I'm sorry, and Bill Clinton, you have what? George Bush. Now the name Jimmy, like I already mentioned, that's an aspect of the Messiah, like the thief in the night aspect, the Jimmyan with the rod aspect. And when you know about the name Bill, remember I've been breaking this down for a minute now. The name Bill is short for William. And as it's written in Exodus 3:14, the Most High's name is I am that I am. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like practically saying the will of I am. Bill. You feel me? Notice between Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, you have George Bush again. And as it's written anyway, we already know during the time of Moses. Remember the Most High said that the bush, remember he said he cried out saying, Moses, Moses, here I am. You know what I mean? In the midst of the bush. You feel what I'm saying? All of this stuff comes together, man. And it's all about understanding the role Obama played. I'm going to delve deep into him later on. But what I want to talk about that, notice after Obama, remember he was trying to get, I believe he was trying to get Hillary Clinton to win during that time. And remember he was trying to get, I think was it Biden? I think before, if I'm not mistaken. Remember when? Oh, yeah, yep. You remember he was pushing Biden to win the election this year. That just happened. And remember, Donald Trump was supposed to. You people thought he's gonna win again, but Donald Trump. Notice how it says Donald Trump, because practically it's saying that he trumped Obama. You know what I mean? Overcame Obama in that sense. Because when you know about Donald Trump, his parents' name is Mary and Christ. You see that? Donald Trump's dad name is Fred Christ Trump. His mother name is Mary Ann McLeod, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. All of this stuff comes together, man. There's no way around it. You feel what I mean? And the whole theme of Joe Biden, notice how he comes into office now. That's the aspect of the whole thing coming into fruition, because notice how he was Obama's vice president. Now he's in office. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to delve deeper on y'all right quick, because when you add up, remember Obama was the 44th president, right? Now, when you add up Jimmy Carter from 1977 all the way up, he did 4 years. Ronald Reagan did 8, that's 12. George Bush Sr. did 4, that's 16. Plus Bill Clinton doing 8, that's 24. Bush doing what? He did 8, that's 32. Obama did 8, right? That's 40. And then Trump did 4, that's 44. And Obama was the 44th president. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to take this deep, because when you understand the whole theme of the 44, all that represents is nothing but the aspect of hijacking the Ark of the Covenant, represent a hijacking nothing but the Messiah from being the head of the Ark. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the Masons wear the bow tie. I'm going to delve into this right quick, because what I want to talk about too, the whole theme of that, when you pay attention to this right here, the whole aspect of that, notice why the T-Mobile, you have the T-Mobile logo. You know what I mean? That's why with T-Mobile is the face of the Super Bowl this year. But you have T-Mobile. Notice it's the T without the head. You feel what I'm saying? The T without the head. This stuff is that deep, y'all. And I'm about to take it deeper right quick. Now, you remember when I was talking about the whole aspect of the Ark of the Covenant and how they, Obama was the 44th president, and you add up all the presidents, years, it equals what? 44, right? Now, let's take this deep right quick. Busta Rhymes got the 44 on his license plate on Break Your Neck. And remember, I always say the Messiah was crucified on the land of the skull, hence the skull and bones society, because that represent them wanting to keep the Messiah crippled so they can stay in power. They want him not to be without his rod. You feel what I'm saying? And when you understand the 44, you know what I mean? Going back to how I was talking about the years of the presidents, all equal 44, and Obama being a 44th president. Now look at this right here. Ludacris, Southern Hospitality. You got the 44 right there. You got this is a old, like the 80s with Junkyard Dog, the WWE wrestler. You got 44 right there. Hint, Tupac Juice. Tupac Above the Rim movie. You have the 44 right there. You know what I'm saying? All throughout all this time, they've been putting on 44 on the platter. You know what I mean? You understand the Ark of the Covenant. Remember when I was talking about the whole aspect of them wanting to remove the Messiah from being the Ark of the Covenant. When you understand that, hint how you already know the aspect of the rainbow was what? The covenant, that he would not destroy the world by water again. Now, when you understand why Obama, which is so deep, why Obama and Biden are real strong on the whole theme of the rainbow, with the whole LGBT aspect. And when you understand that, Obama obviously was pushing it strong, because remember I said the Most High said he wouldn't destroy the earth again by water. So they hide behind the rainbow and they use it to say, okay, we can keep our kingdom going as long as we have the rainbow, because he won't destroy the earth by water. But in a sense of the flood, even though he's coming again by fire. But when you understand the whole aspect of the rainbow, it's all in our face. You feel what I'm saying? Going with Obama and everything. That's why Biden is pushing everything becoming transgenderism. You feel what I'm saying? Because what that means is that he want to remember how on the Ark, now hear me out, y'all, I'm about to take it deep. Remember on the Ark, you had 2 genders of each species. Remember, whatever animal, and obviously you had the man and a woman on the Ark. When you understand the whole aspect of that, which is very deep, notice why Obama, out of Biden, you have what? You remember how the congressman was praying saying amen and a woman? Come on, y'all. That's the transgenderism because they want to make it to where everything is one world order in a sense. You feel what I'm saying? So they want to have it on their arc. They want the new world to be everything intertwined, everything one world. You feel me? Everything is one. They are stronger as one. You get what I'm saying? And I'm actually gonna take it deep right quick. Um, Remember I said Jimmy Carter obviously was from Georgia and he was elected in 1976. Now you remember back in the day I mentioned on part one with Superfly, how Superfly came out in 1972, and you had the guy Ron O'Neal playing Young Blood Priest. Remember I was talking about that. And when you understand that his girlfriend name was or his girl name was Georgia. Jimmy Carter's girl was, I mean, Jimmy Carter is born in Georgia, man. And remember I said Biden, and remember Biden had to win Georgia in order to defeat Trump? You feel what I'm saying? Look at that, yo. All of this stuff and got me now how Biden is obviously the 46th president, right? Now look, 1972, the original Superfly came out. Go to 2018, a new Superfly comes out, and it comes out in 46 years later. You know, his girl name is Georgia, and this one was filmed in Georgia. I think the last one was in New York in 1972, but this one is in Georgia. Come on, y'all. And like I said, Superfly don't mean nothing but comes from nothing but the name Beelzebub, which was what? The Lord of the Flies, aka Satan. You feel what I'm saying? Beelzebub. You feel what I mean? All of this comes together. Notice why in 1977 Bob Marley dropped Exodus. You feel what I'm saying? He dropped the album Exodus. Come on, y'all. Everything comes together. It's all about who has the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And what I want to talk about too, remember I was already mentioning the whole aspect of the cane. Remember I was mentioning the whole aspect of like the rod of the Messiah, right? And when you understand the rod of the Messiah, aka the cane, the Lewis, which is very deep, this is why they made Superfly in the 1970s. Because, like I was mentioning in the last video, they wanted to defile the cane of the Most High. They wanted to use it for wickedness and for destruction. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you understand the unison of becoming one flesh with the woman, you know, man becoming one flesh with the woman, you feel what I'm saying? In the image of, as the image of God. You feel what I mean? And this stuff is deep, y'all. This is why they use the cane for prostitution. You feel what I'm saying? This stuff goes that deep because when you understand it as it's written anyway, the woman is the rib of the man. And when you know about the rib protects the heart and the lungs, man. You feel what I'm saying? And when you understand that as it's written anyway, that the woman is as a pillar of rest. What is the pillar? The stone. You feel what I mean? This is why in the 70s you had what? They had the women's rights. Remember they had the feminism and you know, the women of the world unite to oppress against, to go against the man and all of this. And notice why the women's rights was always linked up with like black oppression. Remember that whole time back in the old 1900s, you had the black oppression going on, the Jim Crow laws, and all things of that sort during the time of the women's suffrage and everything of that nature. Come on, y'all. It's all in our face how they do this because when, like I said, how you know the woman is the pillar of rest, and you know that obviously if she's the stone that holds the heart and lungs and protects it, when you use a pillar, when you understand mason work, you know what I'm saying? When you understand mason work, what do? You use the whole aspect of like reeling everything up and you raise up stones. You get what I'm saying? So that obviously will make the man become head and make the man, you know, and be in that sense. Going back to the theme of why they want to behead the man. You feel what I'm saying? Behead the Messiah aspect. Because as you know, Israel is the bride of the Messiah, aka the true Jews, the so-called blacks in America and all over the world. You know what I mean? You know, you have obviously we're scattered all over the world and throughout the four corners of the earth. So the gathering of the people, they want to behead that. You know, they want the Messiah to be without the bride because it is written anyway, the divorce aspect, the widow, the ones without husband. You get what I'm saying? This stuff is that deep, man. He already said he's a husband unto you in Jeremiah 3:14. You get what I'm saying? A spiritual husband unto thee. You feel what I mean? So I'm gonna take it deep right quick right on y'all, cause this stuff is serious info. Right after the Super Bowl, I'm gonna delve deep into this. You know how they go by Tom Brady is the GOAT and everything, because when you understand the GOAT, going back to when I've been talking about 76, you know what I mean? How 76 obviously is what the top of the pillar that they want to knock, the Illuminati pyramid is used to knock off, you know what I mean? Let me just show it for some people who, you know, right quick. You feel what I'm saying? And when you look at it, obviously the 76 as the top cornerstone that they like to knock off. When you understand that anyway, when you go into February 10th, right after the Super Bowl, you had this lady, a real known reporter out in New York. Her name is Captain Craig. And for people, you know, I used to live out in New York, out in Bronx. And obviously, you know, you would see her on the news. And she was very famous. I like, you know, well, not say just famous, but like really known in the area because of her, you know, she was a good anchor. And notice her name is Captain Craig, and she died at 47, right? They said unknown causes. And she's a Capricorn. She's born December 26th. And when you understand 76, going back to this right quick, 76, when you understand that as it's written, one kid of the goats for a sin offering. Who is the sin offering? You already know as it's written anyway, the Messiah is the sacrifice. You feel what I'm saying? When you understand the sacrificial lamb, the ram, the goat, the bull, etc. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep stuff. Notice I said she died at 47. When you understand 47, the 47, the 4 represents nothing but the heart. Like I don't go into the chakra. I just understand like with the aspect and elements of this, you know, just for the viewers. But when you understand the 4, it's obviously the heart, and 7 is the crown. You know what I mean? The completion. You know what I'm saying? And when you pay attention to that, notice how she was the goat and she was the sacrifice. You feel what I mean? And she's obviously a news anchor. And when you understand the anchor, why news reporters are called anchors, because they represent nothing but the Ark of the Covenant. That I, like I said, that they like to knock, that they trying to knock off from coming into power. You feel what I'm saying? The Ark of the Covenant that they want to hijack. And I'm going to delve into this because when you understand the Capricorn symbol, what is it? The 7-6. There's no way around all of this, y'all. There's no way around it. And you remember, who was in the Super Bowl? The Kansas City Chiefs and who? Come on, y'all. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, the chief is what? The head. And that's why you see the Tampa Bay, you know, they obviously is what? They the skull and bones, the pirates. You feel what I'm saying? And as it's written too in Revelation that the sailors shall see the city of Babylon burning. You know what I mean? All the destruction that's gonna happen. But to keep it flowing, 1976 is when Tampa Bay Buccaneers came into like fruition. That's when they first started. You know what I mean? And notice Tom Brady too. I'm gonna delve into that. I'm gonna mention that in a minute. But notice Tom Brady, he was 43 at the time of him winning the Super Bowl, right? And this is his 7th ring. Now, when you know 4 plus 3 is 7, and then his 7th ring, obviously that equals 14. Now, notice the record, they first year in 1976, the Buccaneers was 0-14. They didn't win a game. They never even scored for 5 games. Come on, y'all. 1976, you had what? Seattle Seahawks. They came into fruition. You feel what I'm saying? And when you understand that as it's written anyway, in Revelation 4:7, that the Messiah is as the eagle, the hawk. You know what I mean? Hint the Seahawk. You remember my first video, I was mentioning 2nd Esdras 13, how as it's written that the Messiah is the man that comes out the sea. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you right quick. The Seahawk. Hint, as I watched this wind made something like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea. Hint why Captain Craig, like I said, she died at 47. And you see how when you look at that, the 4 obviously represents the heart, aka the man coming out the heart of the sea to come into rulership. The 7, aka the crown chakra. That's why they pushed Tom Brady being called as the GOAT. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep this thing flowing some more because notice 1976, you had the Boston Celtics versus the Phoenix Suns. Now, what's so deep about that? When you understand that, you know, obviously Boston won and the MVP of the game was JoJo White. He's the MVP and he played for Kansas University before he came in the league. Now, when you understand that, Kansas don't mean nothing but what? people of the south wind. And as it's written too in Psalm 78:26, he caused an east wind to blow in the heaven, and by his power he brought in the south wind. And whereas the east wind, obviously represents the judgments of God, and the south wind represents the move of the Spirit, y'all. The Messiah coming into fruition. Hence why Tom Brady had to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, aka the head. And when you look at Kansas, obviously look at Kansas logo. What is Kansas logo? It's obviously like KC pointing towards the east, y'all. Come on, y'all. He brought the wind up out of the east via the south wind. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to talk about this right quick because Tom Brady, obviously, he's 43, about to be 44 this year, and he was born in 1977. You feel what I'm saying? He was born August 3rd, which is literally one day before Obama's birthday. You get what I'm saying? There's no way around this, y'all. There's no way around it. And when you understand that, when I delve deep into it, how he about to be 44 this year, remember I've been breaking down about all the aspects of the 44 representing them want to hijack what? The Ark of the Covenant and keep the Messiah headless. Hence why the Super Bowl was all about the T-Mobile. Remember, T-Mobile was the main sponsor of it. Because when you understand T-Mobile, like I was breaking it down earlier, what is that? The T representing nothing but the whole aspect of the Messiah being out of power, not into fruition, not into rulership. Hence, T-Mobile is what? Communications. You get what I'm saying? And to keep it flowing some more, Barack Obama was obviously born 1961. Notice a month before him, who was born? Princess Diana. You get what I'm saying? And when you understand Princess Diana, which is a very serious thing, because when you understand that, the goddess Diana was what? Obviously, the supreme goddess. You get what I'm saying? When you understand all of these themes. The goddess protecting women in childbirth, while she was a virgin, but she protected women who gave birth. You get what I'm saying? And when you understand that, remember I was already talking about the whole theme of Revelation 12. She was the goddess of the hunt. But to keep this thing flowing, remember I've been talking about how all this time anyway, what I want to talk about right quick, when you understand the Lewis Stone, right? When you understand the Lewis Stone is obviously the headstone that the Freemasons hate to use. That they hate to, that's the stone that the Freemasons reject to use, aka that being nothing but the Messiah. Now, when you pay attention to the show Soul Train back in the day, you know what I'm saying? This is a very deep thing because I'm gonna delve into this right quick. When you understand the Soul Train, you had Louis Ski Car on there. You feel what I'm saying? Remember when I was talking about the whole aspect of the Cara and about Jimmy Carter and everything of that nature? You had Louis Scott Carter. And notice why Elvis in 1976, because this was out in 71 and it ended in 2006. It went for 35 years, Soul Train did. And when you understand Soul Train, all that represented, I'm going to delve into that in a minute. But when you understand 35, all it means is nothing but the eternal residence of the soul. You know what I'm saying? Basically, trying to say they kept us in a loop until we crash. You know what I mean? That we don't get to ascend into our true power. I'm gonna delve into it in a minute. But when you understand Elvis Presley, notice why his 1976 he did a recorded live event out in Kansas City, y'all. Remember that when I was talking about what Kansas represent, this people of the South Wind, aka the Messiah. Hence why Elvis had it in St. Louis. He had it in March 22nd, 76. You notice why you got the St. Louis Arch out there. And when you understand the St. Louis Arch, the Gateway Arch, all it does is a gateway that the Masons created to take you towards the west. When you understand the west and the right, you know what I mean? The west represents nothing but evil, the goats, and the east represents the righteous, the sheeps. So that's why the St. Louis Arch leads you to the west side. On the left-hand side of God, where you're under judgment and destroyed. But notice why on the show Soul Train, you had St. Louis, New Orleans. Remember, I've been breaking down about Louisiana, aka Louisiana, Louis, the Lewis Stone. Then you got St. Louis and Louisiana as the top places on the left and right. You feel what I'm saying? This stuff is deep, man. Notice why St. Louis was a route for the Soul Train. You feel what I'm saying? because that represents Louis the Saint, aka the Louis Stone, the Messiah. And then when you look at it too, what I want to talk about too, I'm gonna get into this in a minute. But what I want to talk about right quick is Jimmy Carter's brother name is Billy. Going back to Jimmy Carter right quick. His brother name is Billy Carter. And his mother, I think his sister name is Ruth. And remember, Ruth is the grandmother of David. You feel what I'm saying? Of King David, who obviously the Messiah is the son of David. And son of man, son of David. When you understand Jimmy Lee and Billy Lee, it was an old it's like a toy, like I think it was like a cartoon if I'm not mistaken. But notice how it's the double dragon. Remember, I've been talking about the whole aspect of the dragon trying to kill the mother of the who's bringing forth the Messiah. In Revelation 12, I broke that down in the first video. But notice Jimmy Lee and Billy Lee, because all Lee means is Louis. When you go into the Chinese, all it means is nothing but Louis. This stuff is deep, man. This is some deep stuff, because obviously Billy, like I've been saying, don't mean nothing but William, aka the will of I am in Exodus 3:14. You get what I'm saying? And to go back right quick, I didn't get to break this down yet. But remember when I was talking about the Celtics versus the Phoenix Suns? When you pay attention to that, the Celtic is nothing but all a leprechaun, which is nothing but a mockery of the Messiah, the Son of God, who gets the pot of gold by going through the rainbow. Because when you understand the rainbow, remember I said that was the Ark of the Covenant, a promise from the Most High with the Noah's Ark, and a sense of entering the kingdom. You feel what I'm saying? Getting the pot of gold. And when you understand the phoenix represents nothing but the rebirth aspect. You know what I'm saying? And you remember I've been talking about the whole aspect of the Messiah with 1976 and Revelation 12. And I'm actually going to bring that up right quick one more time. But when you understand this, remember as it's written anyway, that the woman will bring forth the son in Revelation 12, verse 5, as it's written anyway, that the woman, she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God to his throne. Hint the whole aspect of this. Come on, y'all. The Messiah aspect coming into what? Into power. Being reborn to come into rulership. This stuff is all in our face. Like I said, it's all about who got the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And not to keep going backtracking, but remember the same day I was talking about the Catherine Craig, how the same day she dies, I forgot to mention this right here. In Yale, the same night of Super Bowl, the same day of Super Bowl, you had a man who was killed out in Yale on Goat Avenue. And when you understand the goat, the Capricorn is what? It's nothing but the messenger. It's not the Messiah, the messenger. You feel what I'm saying? Bringing the good news. Hit the whole aspect of the news anchor, the Lewis, the Ark of the Covenant. Let's keep it flowing a little longer. Understand the guy, if you know this guy, obviously you'll know this is Sean of Power. Remember, he was the son of 50 Cent, aka Kanan. And remember, he got killed by a gunshot. He got shot in the head. You remember 50 Cent killed him. But when you know about him, he's from Louisiana, right? And he played Don Cornelius, who did the Soul Train. Now, what I want to talk about right quick, when I was talking about the Soul Train, Don Cornelius was a high-level Mason, man. And when you understand the aspect of the Soul Train, it's so deep, because that was literally them trying to get us in the loop. Because notice, he died by a gunshot. They say he committed suicide. He shot himself, right? Now, when you understand the whole aspect of that, the Soul Train represented nothing. Remember, I said that it went from 1971 to 2006 for 35 years. 35 means residence of the soul. Now, when you understand the Soul Train, that represents nothing but the aspect of being on a loop. You feel what I'm saying? Until you eventually is derailed and crash. Hint the suicide. You get what I'm saying? This stuff is that deep. He died 2012. Like, it all comes together. This is why the guy who played him have to be a man who obviously got shot in the head. Like the same, it's all of this stuff comes together. His father name was Canaan, and when you know about Canaan, that's the promised land in the scriptures. You know what I mean? During the time of Joshua and Moses, when you remember during the time when they had the exodus from Egypt and going to the promised land. But when you know about this, it's so deep, because when you know how his name was obviously Sean on Power, his real name is Sinquay Walls, right? Now Sinquay Walls, all that means Quay don't mean nothing but the aspect. It just means nothing but which way, and hint his name is Sinquay, so it's like which way for sin to hit the walls. Hint the aspect of the Soul Train crashing. This stuff is all in our face, how they literally derailed us. Because remember back in the 70s, you had disco dance. Notice why in the 80s you have break dance, hint breaking the dance. You get what I'm saying? Because as it's written, um, remember as it's written in the scriptures, obviously it say, let them praise his name in the dance, let them sing praises unto him, you know what I'm saying, with the harp. So when you understand that whole thing, praising him in the name, with the dance, hint the soul train till we eventually crash, and the whole aspect of us being in the break dance, when they trying to say that they break the dance. This stuff is that serious, man, the stuff that they do. And what I want to talk about right quick, Chadwick Boseman was born in 1976, and he actually went to a school called Hannah out in South Carolina. Now, Hannah don't mean nothing but, gift from God. But when you understand that, he obviously wore number 32, and Obama used to play basketball. Obama wore number 23, right? Now, what got me thinking about this is when you know about Obama, his school he went to was called, I think it's Panaha, something like that. But when you understand his school, the mascot for the school was called what? It was the Hala tree, which is linked to the tree of death. You get what I'm saying? It's connected to death and eternity. Hint why, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman, he went to T.L. Hanna High School. It has the honeybee. Remember when I was talking about the whole aspect of the promised land, the land of milk and honey. You feel what I'm saying? This stuff is that deep, how this stuff connects like this. And when you understand it, just to keep it flowing a little longer, like I was saying, how Chadwick Boseman's high school was the honeybee. Notice Steven Jackson. You already know about the whole situation with George Floyd that pushed everything into a whole new world order agenda. You know what I mean? About them now trying to reach the promised land of their new world. But Steven Jackson, he went to Lincoln. And when you know about Lincoln, you already know about the Lincoln Memorial and how Lincoln brought forth the new world. Remember the new America, Reconstruction of America. Now, when you understand that, notice how just like Chadwick Boseman, his logo is the honeybee for his high school. This stuff is no way around it, man. It's no way around it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it flowing some more right quick, because what I want to talk about, um, when you understand this, notice how Obama, they had the mixed races of America when he was in school. He was really pushing how he stood out different. He was only like mixed black kid. Remember that. And how they already said Obama, obviously we already know they said, we already know he went to Punahou High School, he played basketball, and he helped them win the state championship. Come on, man. And notice how number 21 is the only number that's showing. I'm going to explain that in a minute right quick, but let me get to this right quick. Um, Notice all of them are covering themselves up except number 21, right? And notice how he obviously looks Asian, but I'm going to delve into that in a minute. When you pay attention to that, you see how obviously Louisiana, right in the Gulf of Mexico, because that's just written in Luke 16:26, that a gulf is between us and you, when the Most High is talking about his people and between him and his people. And when you look at it right here at the Gulf of Mexico, you in Louisiana area, you see the number 21 and the eagle. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's just written in Revelation 4:7, I'm sorry, that the beast was flying like an eagle. Remember how I was mentioning that in second Esdras 13, how as it said that the man was like an eagle flying. Remember that. Come on, y'all. This all in our face. As I watched this wind made up like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea, that man was flying among the clouds of heaven. Come on, y'all. Notice number 21. Because they was already showing you Obama was born in 1961. It's like 15 years before the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is all in our face, man. And it's all about who has the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Because there's no way around this stuff. There's no way around it. Hint Obama wore number 23. Jordan and LeBron wears number 23, y'all. And many others. You get what I'm saying? Many others. And when you understand that too, notice on the Soul Train, you had the song by Eddie Kendricks in 1976. The guy who's with Temptations. He said he had a song that he's a friend. and it was, performed on Soul Train. Notice why you got the skull and bones, because it's just written on the guy's shirt, and it's in white and in black. I'm gonna show that right quick. When you understand the land of Golgotha, the land of Golgotha is obviously where the Messiah was crucified, right? And then you have the skull and bones fraternity. Why they like to say practically they keep the Messiah crucified, because they want to keep him crippled up and crucified so he don't come into power. You get what I'm saying? So their kingdom can go on. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is all in our face. Hint the black and the white for masonry. You get what I mean? Notice why he's wearing that. And then you see Exxon, which means nothing but the Exodus. All of this stuff is in our face. It's just all about who has the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Let me show y'all something else right quick. Notice this is 1976. The Price is Right. Pay attention to this.
What will William get in
Listen to this, y'all. Let's go hard on it.
that? Teresa, it's your spin first. Will you?
Her name is Teresa, right? Now listen to this. Teresa don't mean nothing but to harvest. Let's take it deeper right quick, y'all. Because the key is to win $1,000, and when you understand the Messiah, what will he have? 1,000-year reign. Let's keep it going.
5 cents to get into the showcase. Well, he hasn't beat 85 cents on this spin. He's ended up with 35 cents, so spin it again. You have a maximum of 2 spins. 35 cents in his first spin. What will William get in this spin?
William. You hear the name is William. Remember, I've been talking about that Exodus 3:14. The Most High's name is I Am that I Am. Hint the will of I Am. This is 1976. Let's keep it flowing.
35 cents plus. Look at this 65 cents coming down here. Look at this.
Come on, yo. And notice he go to Pennsylvania University. And remember, I was talking about the whole aspect of the 8 kings. And you know, Joe Biden is from Pennsylvania. You feel what I'm saying? This stuff is crazy. In 1976, you had the Korean axe murder incident, right? And what happened was, remember, 2 men had got killed by the Koreans, because what happened? They chopped down a tree that was very important, to them, obviously. And what happened with the Most High? The Messiah say, you obviously know them cutting down a tree. The Messiah is the carpenter. And when you understand that, Matthew 15:13, every plant that my heavenly Father has not planted will be pulled up by the roots, man. So all of this stuff comes together. It's all about who has the eyes to see and ears to hear. And I'm actually going to end that right here. I just want to really touch the 70s, because like I said, this is a very serious time, y'all. I'm going to be doing more breakdowns pertaining to decades as the time go on. But thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Stay tuned. Much more is coming. Peace.